Hi everybody, this is Monica at Spring Chick 28. I'm doing a video response for Shelly at Kidneyscrappers. She's holding a birthday challenge in honor of her birthday, which is today, as well as the men in her family. So she's asking that you make a masculine card and to use 3 of the following in any combination. You can use a spray or mist, wood veneer, washi tape, grunge board, any kind of stamp, distress ink or stain, paint, sequins, and flowers. That you make a video response linked to her video. And for extra entries, you can mail it in to her as long as the video response and the entry is postmarked by Saturday, March 9th. So for my card, I used the corrugated card base from Recollections. For the background paper, I used some more of this out-of-print paper from Basic Gray. I used some textured olive green cardstock as well as tan cardstock. And I used the Spellbinders die, Petite Oval Large, which doesn't really make sense, but I used the largest of all of the rings. For part of the requirement, I used the little bird wood veneer from Recollections in the corner there. I also used some Tim Holtz's grunge board with the flourishes, and I've never used grunge board before, so I'm not sure. It smells kind of odd. I don't know if that's normal. It's almost like a musty smell, so I don't know. It's got a very strange smell that I'm really not fond of, but once I inked it up, it wasn't quite so bad. So I don't know if you guys have had the same experience or not. I also used a stamped image. It's a digital image from Krista Smith. It's part of the Saturated Canary line, which I believe that Shelly likes Saturated Canary, so I chose this image. And I think her name is Princess Honor, which is, I guess she took it off of the Hunger Games movie and book. So what else did I do? I used the Distress inks. The Tim Holtz vintage photo I used to color the edges in of the distressed edges of the papers, and I also used that to color in the grunge board. And I tried to make the grunge board look more like antlers instead of flowers. I don't know if that really worked or not, but I tried to make it look as masculine as I could. Let's see, what else did I use? I used some more distress ink in tumbled glass, and what I did with that is I used this little stippling brush by Inkadinkado, and I stippled around the image in the blue to make it look like sky. And then I did the same thing with, oops, I hope I'm not too shaky here, with the peeled paint. In the green, I did that with the grass. And since the stippling brush is kind of big, I didn't want to get too close to the image. So to fill in the rest, I was going to use normal chalks, and then I remembered that I had these chalk pencils by Pebbles, and the blue is Lagoon, and the green is called Mint. And then I just went to the smaller areas and colored those in little circular motions, and took my finger and just smudged it out to give it a softer look. So I'm pretty happy with it, and they're a lot easier than just using a cotton ball or a Q-tip or something, or an applicator to chalk around. It's a lot less messy and easier to get into the small spaces. So if you see those pencils around, I think I saw them at TJ Maxx not too long ago. So that was easy. I also used some more distress ink called Worn Lipstick, and I did that to color in the flowers I got from Michael's in the $1.50 bin, and colored those in with that ink. I distressed the edges of the paper also with the Heidi Swapp Edge Distresser, just to give it like a rougher look. I think I got everything that she asked for the requirements. Oh, I also used a Doris embossing folder, and it's called Dots, for the olive green paper. And on the inside, I used some more of that basic gray paper line. I used some textured tan cardstock again, distressed it with the Heidi Swapp Distresser, inked around the edges with the Vintage Photo ink. For the stamp, I used TPC Studio Game Night for the inside. I also used some of the cream baker's twine to wrap around the paper. And for the arrow, I used some tan cardstock and inked it with some more Vintage Photo to make it stand out better. And that little circle bothered me. It's actually a die cut from my MFT Game Night spinner that I had used in a previous video. So to hide that little circular piece, I covered up with just a brown button that I had in my stash and just did it that way, and then just tied it up. And when I tried to distress the tan paper, the paper ripped pretty badly, and I was going to throw it out, but then I actually liked the look of it. It seemed to go with the theme, so I just inked around that as well. And that's it. So I hope you like it. The back, I just added my name stamp and a little dots rubber stamp, and inked around the edges in the peeled paint green as well as the Vintage Photo, and just used my corner rounder. So that's about it. You still have a little bit of time for Shelly's challenge, so check out Kidneyscrapper's channel. Oops, I'm so sorry. And try to give her some YouTube love and help her out. So take it easy. I hope you enjoyed my card. I had a lot of fun. It's a lot more detail than I'm used to, and it does make my fingers a lot messier using all this distress ink, but it was a really good time. So anyway, take it easy, and thanks. Bye.